Hello and welcome to the Hainan Master Spring Invitational. My name is Nomad and joining me is Mo Farah. We're getting into Chicken Fighters vs Aggressive Mode in this best of 3 series in the upper bracket finals. These guys have battled their way through the best of the best in this invitational tournament and beaten them all, except each other. Mo, who's going to win?
Well, they technically haven't beaten them all because they haven't all played against each other, but I get what you mean.
They beat everybody they came across. 100%
Yeah, okay, you gotta be more
series win rate
specific.
so far.
This is the series that I've been looking forward to the most. When I saw both these teams get through to the semi-finals, I was hoping they would both get through to the upper bracket finals. I think this aggressive mode lineup has a lot of potential. Borania in particular has been a massive standout for me in that mid lane. He has really strong lane performances every time. And Lil's been playing really well too. They've all been pretty strong. They've made a couple of mistakes along the way, but you know every team does. Chicken Fighters, on the other hand, I think have to be the favourites coming into this series. You know, they've been playing together a little bit longer. They look really strong in general. They have made a few mistakes along the way also, but I think they've kind of ironed them out as they've gone along a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've cast with 2 of them before, so we have to, assume they're the favourites because they'll have just gained all the knowledge that you have.
I am incredibly biased in this series because I'm a Lil fanboy. I want Lil to win. Woo, go aggressive mode. But no, I mean, Chicken Fighters are great guys. So, you know,
okay, well, that's not what I was expecting at all. I know you just don't like the people you cast with. I've got first-hand experience on that, but you don't need to put them down quite as much as that on Chicken.
It's why I abuse them so much.
That's unfair. I like that they banned out Lil Ench, by the way. He was so annoying on that.
Yeah, Lil Ench is hell, and I honestly think it's gotten them through a lot of these games because it's honestly been game winning for them in some situations. Like if they can't control them up, then it gets bad.
Interesting. They banned out the Borania Pango. I'm looking at heroes like Tree here. I think are very good. I think Omni Knight is very good. Abaddon's also hitting about the shop. But what do they want to open with? I would assume it's going to be Tree, but I'm not 100% sure. They have used a lot of their reserve time already on aggressive mode. Doing a lot of thinking here.
This is a T-Governor special right here.
Oh, yeah.
Use up all your reserve time on the first pick, and then panic through the rest of the draft. Well, I'll go for the Doom. So not all of their reserve time. Not quite a T-Gov special. You got to get down to at least the last 30 seconds in your first pick to make it a T-Gov.
I wonder if any of the viewers would understand what that meant.
No.
No,
all 80,000 of them have no idea. Yeah. I'm just assuming we're beating Dream League in numbers. I'm not checking.
Yeah, we don't need to look. We kind of just know. Again, I'm still looking at Tree. What are they going to go for? Oh, okay.
Centaur straight out the bat.
I mean, that's their like disengage to the Doom. I would assume that's like their answer to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's worth picking in the first phase just because of that. I guess the puck's out the pool, the disruptor's out the pool, so a lot of the catch to bring people back from the stampede isn't available. I'm looking at Tree still. Okay. I was feeling really confident in the draft for the last 2 teams, and now I literally have no idea what's going on. This Elder Titan has not been such a priority to me from other teams. Like, seeing other teams take priority on the Elder Titan when so many other heroes have still been in the pool. So it's interesting to see how Chicken Fighters are open this draft. Kind of just doing their own thing, which is, nice to see. And this is, Borania's favourite.
Yeah, I think it's important to note, though, you touched on a good point there, that in the lower bracket and in many of the other games, we've had teams which have been just kind of drafting the same 2 heroes which have been popular across the board, the Disruptors, the Wyverns, the Omni Knights, that kind of thing. These guys, though, they have their own playstyle, They forced a first phase Lil ban with the Enchantress. They take up TA and Centaur as their first couple of picks here. You know, it's quite nice that they're doing this, and I think this is part of the reason for their success is that they have been kind of playing their own games a little bit more than the other teams have, perhaps.
Dude, can't ban Meepo. I want to see some Meepo.
Yeah, I want to see some Meepo as well. Let's go Supreme Meepo. Supreme Meepo is scary though. I wouldn't want to play
It is very good, yeah. I like how they just ban out 2 mid laners that Borony is like, I do not want to play against that. Like, they leave, like, Razor in and everything. He's like, I don't want to get cheesed. Just let me play.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the anti-cheese ban. So now Chicken Fighters come out of the blue and pick Brood.
Oh, God. Please don't do that.
Can't hide.
I mean, I've seen Brood get first faced against Nigma still, but I think they're, like, the only team.
Yeah.
Oh, no, was it Secret, actually? It might have been Secret that got it. But it was one of the two.
That would probably make more sense now, to be honest, because I don't think we or Miracle are particularly big Brood player. Oh, no, we can play Brood, actually. But,
I think every mid player is a disgusting Brood player, really.
at heart, yeah.
Radiant team picked.
Okay, so they go for the SF. We get this amazing mid matchup that we've seen a lot of over the last, few days or so. And I like this pick a lot.
Few months. That's been a pick of the week for a while. Yeah, Shadowfiend and TA. Now Lich comes out as a response from aggressive mode.
So they've got their mid matchup. They've got this. I assume they look to pick their position 5 here, or their 4. Sorry, depending where the ET wants to go. But different teams run him in a different kind of 4-5 role.
Remaining.
I'd like to see them pick up some kind of just.
Remaining.
I'd actually like to see them pick up a Batrider, to be honest. I think this hero is a little bit underrated still by a few teams. I think he's really strong. Makes the laning stage really difficult for some heroes. Kind of forces you to play a different way. And you can just push out waves all the time, which is fun.
Radiant team picked.
Wyvern's going to be the pickup from Chicken Fighters.
Okay. Not what I was going for, but the ability to heal and in the Crown Embrace and stop this TA's damage coming out is really nice.
Yeah, pretty much mostly physical from aggressive mode currently, so it works. And saving people, you always want to have a heal when you're playing against Doom. Like, you don't want someone to escape Doom and then just die to the tick anyway because you've got no heals on your team. That always feels bad. So that patches that hole up. And look at the Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker Lich, pretty strong lane.
Oh, yeah.
That's their kind of like pseudo answer to the Stampede here as well, I think. Just get that rupture going. Kind of force them to stand their ground and fight.
Yep.
Which is okay on the Chicken Fighters side, I think, because they have this cold embrace. So I don't think they. I kind of like the Chicken Fighters lineup here. And they have last pick as well, so I'd feel pretty good if I was them.
Radiant team ban.
Also, I want to point out that the Wyvern Shadowfiend combo that we saw last series as well is definitely in play here. And that is a spicy meatball. That's the very effective combination of spells.
Yeah, I expect aggressive mode to pick up 2 relatively early BKBs though on their cores.
Yeah, but you
And
can't
I know
get it
it
off
is
with
still-
the Shadowfiend Wyvern
Yeah,
combo there.
10 seconds.
But it does stop the
know
damage
it's
coming out from the
still a thing,
Shadowfiend,
but-
you're right.
It's kind of like they don't really have that much physical on the Chicken Fighter side at the moment. It's only really the SF. I don't know, they can just deal with that if TA gets BKB, then just pops refresh. I think it's going to be important that aggressive mode are able to get onto this backline of the Wyvern and the Elder Titan, though. I think if they don't, they're going to really struggle to win these fights. So I'm looking to see them pick up either a 3 or a 4 that allows them to try and control that backline, especially the Wyvern. I mean, we saw how effective it was in the last series.
It was indeed. So, final pickup
Yes.
from aggressive mode is going to be the Batrider. Sir Batrider coming out. Meanwhile, Chicken Fighters will return on with the Naga Siren, a very popular hero in the major. Not such a popular hero here for these qualifiers, but Charlie will be picking up, and it's a good one. It's a
Yeah, it looks
good
okay.
Naga
I think
game.
the laning stage is still a little bit hard. I mean, you have the Mirror Image to take off Napalm, which is okay. But it looks like a decent Batrider game to me. I think they're looking at the moment and thinking, do we want to play the Doom or the Batrider as the 3? And which one is the 4? Because I think if it's a good Batrider game, you should probably be playing it as the 3. But then maybe it does the same thing in the laning stage, no matter if it's a 3 or a 4. I'm interested to see which way round they put this. Because Lil's playing the Batrider.
I like
It
this.
feels like definitely his kind of hero as well.
Seconds remaining.
Was, yeah, I was gonna
Master.lil.mode
say-
aggressive,
I
by
was
the
going
way.
to point that out. That is he? Was he part of a team master something before this, or is he? Is he just flexing on the babies?
I think he's just got a flex, you know.
Yeah, that sounds more likely to me. All right, so it's going to be 4-position Batrider, 3-position Doom, and of course the 5 Lich. It's going to be the lineup for aggressive mode. Meanwhile, Chicken Fighters, everything's a bit more straightforward for them. Sableye on the Centaur, Supreme on the Shadow Fiend, Charlie on the Naga Sudden.
I'm not sold on this Naga, to be honest.
Then you are a fool.
I personally think Charlie's been a little bit underwhelming in some of the Chicken Fighters games.
I mean,
he's been okay. I'm not saying he's been playing
Yeah.
badly.
No,
but I was
I
expecting
can-
more from him.
I don't want to force you to backpedal on that point because I agree. Charlie is a player who I consistently like. He's not a bad player, but he's a mediocre player which shows glimpses of being a great player. And if you can somehow find a team that harnesses that, or if he can harness that himself, then I think one day Charlie's going to be up there with some really great teams, or maybe even this team if it stays together long enough. But yeah, until then, I do think he will struggle. But I'm happy to be proved wrong as always. I like Charlie as a player. So he also complimented the sword on my chicken. So
Prepare for battle.
If he said nice things about you, then I take it all back. He's an absolute genius.
dream player. Alrighty, let's get into it. Game number 1 of this best of 3 series here in the upper bracket finals. It is Chicken Fighters versus whom? Mode Aggressive.
Aggressive mode.
Aggressive mode. Oh goodness me. Are you sure it's aggressive mode?
Just because Lil has his name as Mode Aggressive doesn't mean that's their team name.
Oh, okay, so it's backwards. Well, now that we've talked about it too much, I'm definitely going to get that the wrong way around the entire game. But aggressive mode, mode aggressive. Maybe we'll just call them aggressive. Screw it. Don't need the mode on there. And Skylark makes eyes with Charlie. Looking very nice today, Nagasaran. Well, Doom, you're not looking so bad yourself. Thank you. I've been sharpening my horns.
30 seconds to battle.
Out of all the heroes in this game, which one would you take on a date?
Ooh. I think Doom, so he can end.
So he can end.
He can end me. Yeah, I just.
End you.
That's
Oh,
it.
okay. All right. You don't want to exist anymore. Well, I would
Just
choose...
devour me. Fine.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Begins.
No. Stay away from that one. I'll choose Nag. So I just want to hear her. I struggle to get to sleep at night, so I could definitely use a Nagasaran waifu. Help battle my insomnia. Or I could just listen to you casting. One or two.
You don't want to
Anyways.
hear. You don't want to hear me cast, dude. It's not. It's not that exciting. I'll be honest.
Maybe that's what you need. If you ever get to TI and get your own cosmetic, even though that's not a thing. But if you ever get your own cosmetic, you can get like a Mo Farah persona for Nagasaran, which instead of her song is just you casting, which puts everyone to sleep.
Oh.
Genius.
Okay. Well, that was rude.
Yep. As I said, I
I,
abuse my
um,
co-casters. That's what I do best. Sableye taking some hits down at bottom from Spartan, but that's just what Spartan do.
Needs more mangoes, dude. How's he supposed to win this lane on Lich without more mangoes?
It'll seem like he's going to take a bit more damage. Meanwhile, Supreme, he's eating all the mangoes. Everyone's eating mangoes. Mangoes all over the place. It is the mango season.
Yeah, that's true. There was a really funny thing. Do you remember when mangoes only used to be able to take up 1 slot? Now you can just get 3 in 1 slot. They're like, oh, Lich, here you go, man. Don't worry.
Have some more mangoes. Ooh, they actually catch Sableye on the tail end of that blood right. And along with the blast there from Spartan, they're able to get the first blood. Sableye brought down and out for the count.
Barney is doing really well in this mid lane. He's forced a lot of regen out of the SF already, and it's only going to get worse as the TA gets level.
Yeah, absolutely right. Meanwhile, Lil and Saneko are going to be battling it up a little bit here. They're going to focus their power onto Charlie.
I'm wondering whether he goes for... I've talked about this before. I think Firefly versus Flamebreak at level 2 is really interesting on Batrider at the like a lot of people that aren't really sure about about the hero just expect everybody to go Firefly, but the Flame Break is so scary at level 2 in some situations. You get like 5-6 napalm stacks on them and they just die.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Meanwhile, Milan goes to the TP away. We'll make it out safely as Spartan and Skidder try to find themselves some more blood down at bottom. Yeah, across the board, it's a quiet start to the game, but a very violent start to the game in mid lane as TA she is winning this middle lane. I know they're equal on CS, but I know that Supreme's had a couple of. Oh no, actually bought the bottle. Oh, okay, I thought he bought the salves bought out to him. So no, Supreme's doing fine actually. My bad.
He's not doing
Control Z
awfully.
that comment. Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't get the 4-minute rune though, he's gonna have a horrible time. Like he's run out of mana already on
Yeah.
the SF, and his career's only just started coming to.
He's a little bit starved. Talking of Lil, now level 3 on those Spat Riders, so we're having a really good time here.
Yeah, I assume he cut the second wave and brought it behind his tower to get to level 2. Would be my assumption at least, but he's going to be a scary backrider when he hits that level 4. I think level 3.
certainly is.
The problem with Flame Break at level 2 is that you get starved of mana really quickly, and it can be very difficult. But he has a couple of mangoes to work with at least.
Throw down those mangoes. A tasty, tasty snack which no amphibian can ignore.
God, this game is so even though at the start. Wow, I really wasn't expecting it to be quite this. I thought the Doom Batrider lane would be getting more done here, but it doesn't seem like it is. Charlie on this Naga seems to be getting a decent amount.
Yeah, and despite the Bloodseeker's kills down in the bottom lane, they're still not doing fantastically on CS, as there does seem to be a lot of fighting down here as they wrestle for control over it. And Spartan, he's fighting with Milan, but I'm not sure. Well, cool. That was fun.
If I was Milan, I'm definitely cancelling
Yeah,
my team.
yeah. I was thinking, why did he really not? And that was a total bait from the Lich, though, wasn't it? Meanwhile, Supreme trying to go for the TP out. It's close, but he makes it. Hastering on Borneo, not enough to get the kill done. Meanwhile, Saberlight, he's in some trouble because. Oh no, the Wyvern went all the way back to base. Saberlight, he's just going to get run down here. I'm not sure he's got much counterplay, but he's actually got a salve, and Spartan didn't have the mana to blast him again, so that's a win, I wouldn't say. Oh, Lil in the exact same situation, but what? Pops a salve, but then runs into... Okay. That was too many IQs for me.
Yeah, interesting that Snake hasn't put a point in Stomp by 3 though as well. He's gone for this 0-2-1, but it's a very like lane heavy focused. Just trying to get some harass out onto the enemy.
What? They killed Skidder down at bottom. Okay. Chicken fighters. They find a chicken to fight, and they kill off a Bloodseeker.
Yeah, lanes. I know this TA's having a good time, but in terms of the side lanes, they're doing really well. I'd say TA's having a good time. She's just almost dead mid. But
So, seems to be it's a very misleading game so far. Everyone's who's doing well is like super low on HP. It seems. Oh no, he didn't kill the trap.
I was
Didn't have
gonna
enough damage to kill the trap. What is this?
that really annoys me as a support player, especially whenever I'm trying to kill traps, and it just disappears before you can get the second hit off.
Yeah.
Very.
There is a convergence in the middle lane. I feel like we should be watching that right now, and we are as we go on to Lil, who's getting low. Supreme trying to finish the job, does get his ultimate off, but does die in the process. But Supreme will get the kill onto Lil, just catching him at the very edge of his ultimate there.
Spartan?
Meanwhile, well, yeah, they're fighting it up once again. Milan and Spartan. He pops a wand as well, but I think Milan... Very fire. Milan's just like... Can I please kill this guy? He's got a Frost Blast if he wants to slow him down, but he'll probably die if he does that, trying to juke around the trees. Oh, please get the courier. Please get the courier. Oh, it's close. It is close, Milan.
What a sick bait by Milan, though, because it stops him denying himself to neutrals.
Yeah, true. And gotta say, Milan, great branding there. Dropping the box as he gets the kill. Gotta appreciate that. Meanwhile, Borneo comes forwards, but Milan is still here. I don't know if Borneo has forgotten that or what, but gotta be paying attention there.
And normally, if you're playing against SF in the mid lane, it can be difficult to go on the SF because she just hits you with the long race first. But unfortunately, oh Charlie, I think he's just used the mirror image. Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed. Yeah, He's burning, he's on fire, he is going to die unless he can get some help, but he cannot. There is no help. There is nothing but death now. Sleep tight, Charlie.
Yeah, he thought Lil wasn't in the lane, so just thought he'd be a bit greedy with it, and unfortunately...
There's a Ravage onto Saberlight. Saberlight's just going to walk out of the Blood Right range, but he's still taking damage as Skitter's damage starts to amp up here. Saberlight realizing he's going to have to start running away. 40 HP left, and down he goes. Saberlight gets dropped for 222 gold. Going to Skitter. 222 gold. Supreme trying to fight up with Barnier here, but unable to get rid of that very annoying refraction ability.
Yeah, I want to go back to my original point, though, that it's easy to try and kill the SF on the TA, because if you get hit by the long ways, it doesn't matter, because you have refraction up anyway, right? So she doesn't really offer any kill threat back on the SF at that point. It's very nice. Leo's just going to stack some camps as well. Get his farm off.
Hope you like mangoes, because the TA has got a mango tree. Mangoes do grow on trees, don't they?
I think so.
The concept of a mango tree does somehow amuse me, though. Meanwhile, they're starting out in the bottom lane, going on to Skitter. That's going to be the target. He does drop the blood right, but he's losing health rather quickly. But they're trying to change targets here, and they might not get either of them. Very greedy as Lil comes in. He's on top of Saberlight, running him in circles. Dance, pony, dance. Saberlight getting run down, and there is nothing he can do. Lil quite literally running him in circles and bringing down that Centaur. So greedy there from Chicken Fighters as they try to go for both the kills and end up getting none and losing their offlaner in the process. Saberlight with a really rough start to this game as he's already died 3 times down here. Neil Borneo will drop that mango tree for himself down the trees just below him. Really like that.
Yeah, that was... I feel like that's something we don't see enough from Batrider players, by the way. They're just abusing the turn rate. It's so funny to watch as well.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's enjoyable.
There's going to be a
camp to play.
Yeah, I know, but you don't. There isn't one, right?
Yeah,
Like,
run
you
a
kinda
straight
just
line,
have to
good luck.
accept
You're gonna
that-
get run down. You've got like 6 charges on you already, so yeah, it's just a slow death, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Coming up on those 10
Yes.
minutes, and we shall be seeing those outposts and which way they go. So looking like they're all going to go to aggressive mode, to be honest. Meanwhile, Milan gets everything dropped to him, going for the TP out. Is there anything to stop him? There is not. See you later, boys. Good night. That's
Yeah, really well played by
Oh,
Milan.
Charlie, hello. Not sure on this one. They're going to frost armor up a little here as he just drops on top of Charlie, but it seems like they're a little bit nervous as Saberlight comes in from the side on the Centaur, offering a bit of threat here. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Chicken Fighters going for this rune, and unfortunately Scar can only... He's gonna doom the Shadow Fiend to try and stop him getting the outpost, but that doesn't work.
He had Centaur Stomp there as well. I feel like...
He could have cancelled both, but even then it's like...
Yeah.
You're not getting an outpost, I'm afraid.
But like, he has to understand that there's a stampede in the game, right? Like, it was the first 2 picks. They'll have talked about it right at the start.
Yeah, but I can forgive someone in the spur moment. You know, you can't think about every single hero. Well, you can. But...
Oh, nice refraction. Doesn't stop the Sal from breaking. Barney is just playing in this mid lane.
He's
This
having
is
some
his
fun,
playground.
They're not doing that great. Well, I mean, he's not destroying the SF, which I'd like to see, but... Skylark getting controlled up as he tries to go. Seneco's still chasing after him. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Meanwhile, Lil comes in from behind. He's looking for prey. Who's it going to be? Saberlight? Seneco? Which one is going to be Saberlight? That is going to be the guy who tries to hunt down. Meanwhile, Stomp comes out, but in comes Lich from the side as well. There's plenty of heroes here to help control him up, but they're still not actually finishing up Saberlight. Saberlight's still alive. Just taking right clicks from the Lich, so Spartan will finish it all by himself. Meanwhile, Lil actually dies to Milan. In the trees, he tries to go for the lasso
Punch,
play,
fool.
and in comes, Seneko with that big old ball on a stick.
Yeah, really well played by Diaside. They just reacting. Oh, have they got the fear?
What a lovely song, and they're going to go for the ulti. Oh, well, that was really, really late from Supreme there, but hopefully they get the kill anyway. But Skinner's just running. He is just running away from his problems, running away from everything going wrong in his life, making up to the high ground.
They tried to set it up with the Earth Splitter as well, but by the time the Earth Splitter came in, it was just too late.
Yeah.
So they didn't actually get the combo off. The song just ran out naturally. And yeah, I feel like they've kind of really hurt themselves there by waiting for that Earth Splitter.
Yeah.
I always get annoyed between Earth Splitter and Split Earth. They're completely different skills. Why do they sound like very similar?
Under attack.
Exactly the same, to be honest, just rearranged. But there you go. Maybe they'll introduce a new hero with Splitting Earth.
I really hope not. That sounds horrendous. It's bad enough already.
Just you know, complete the circle.
Radiant's
Has to be pointed out, by the way.
Life. Supreme on the run, gonna take the blood right despite trying to run down the rupture. He's in a bad position right now. Chainfrost's gonna come through as well. Skinner just sitting here taking chunks out of him, but Supreme's fighting back. Supreme's gonna get the kill and now run himself to the trees as well. He lives. He's gonna survive this one. Borneo trying to TP away. No stop the damage. Ooh, nearly brings him down, but Borneo will make it back to base with his life. I'm living life on the edge there and then some. But still, a failed gank on the Shadow Fiend leads to 2 heroes dead on aggressive mode. And TA hurt, injured, but not quite brought down as well.
Skid just stands under a tier 2 tower with an SF there as well and creeps. And
He does, yeah.
He just
Unfortunately,
dies.
Thought there was backup coming in. Maybe thought there was a frost shield coming out onto him. Not too sure, but yeah, it does end up being a bit of a clumsy one there. He'll pay the price.
he's really struggling with his game at the moment, Skitter as well. He's not really got too much done this game, and in terms of net worth, you look at Sableye and he's struggling, right? But I feel like Skitter should still be having a decent time. But his rotations around the map have just not really worked out for him at all.
It's an interesting game, isn't it? And I feel like it's been a game of mistakes so far. I hate to point that out, but honestly, it's some great plays. But I think maybe it feels like that because they are going for a lot of action. You know, it's 14 minutes in, and both teams have been playing at a very, very high pace, which is something we haven't really seen from the other teams in the tournament so much. I mean, you know, they are called aggressive mode, so I guess it's on brand. You know how much I love a good on-brand decision making.
A lot of the position for Batrunners I see always rush boots to travel, but Lil's actually gone Chankles and he's rushing straight into Blink next. So, like you said about trying to keep up the aggression, it's definitely going to be there this game. Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, hoo, hoo.
It wasn't that interesting. It was only...
Yeah.
I just want ooh, okay?
Sorry, I'm over-ooing.
They have 4 points in Stomp though on Dire side. Bornea's like, oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that's an annoying one.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I really like the Elder Titan in response to TA, actually. It seems to deal well with her in a lot of ways. Just kind of countering her aggression, stopping her from being able to do Roshan very easily.
Yeah, especially
splitting
when...
her Earth.
Yeah. Especially when you pick the ET first, before the TA.
Oh,
wow.
Implore TA. Yeah. That's the good stuff right
Ooh.
there. That's a spicy tomato, as they say in Italy.
Nether Shawl on the SF as well. It's very nice.
Not a bad one. Lasso straight out onto the SF, though. Can they follow up the damage? Well, yeah, they certainly can. Look at the damage coming out from Borneo. 3 shots, and he is dead. That's how you split a pumpkin. Meanwhile, Saberlight and Snake nearby, and they are going to drop down the curse here. But yeah, that is questionable from Milan. And the fight will end with an extra spell being wasted from Chicken Fighters, and this opens up Roshan extremely nicely for aggressive mode, and now wasting no time and heading straight over there. It does. No Earth Splitter. They have Song, but SF dead for 24 seconds, and it is not going to take them that long to finish off Roshan.
There is a Stomp though.
True. Roche CCTV, probably not the time for that, but we're going to watch anyway as they continue the Roshan fight. We see the Bat Rider in the distance, Lil just playing around with them, holding them back, blinking around as well as looks like there's a very shiny Wyvern in the distance fighting them. Roche could be low, who knows? Here comes another Stomp. Roshan could be low, I don't know. In comes the Shadow Fiend, he's making his way over. What's he going to do? There's a Song. Oh no, can they finish Roche inside the Song time? It looks like they might be able to. They're getting it low. Can they bring him down? Yes, they can. Aegis goes to Supreme, and now the Stomp comes out as well. Chain Frost bouncing around, trying to force back the side of Chicken Fighters, but they are in, and they want themselves Skylark. They're trying to get him down. Rupture's going to slow down Saberlight, so Supreme takes takes up the chase, but I think Skylark gets out okay. So it's only going to be Spartan who drops, but the song secures Roshan for Chicken Fighters, stealing it out quite literally from under Templar Assassin's nose, and she is going to be bristling at that one.
Do you remember what I said? Does that really open up the Roche? You were like, yeah. You're still playing against Elder Titan and Naga.
See, this is called
And a
character
wyvern.
casting, right? I'm character casting. I'm putting myself in the side of mode aggressive. I know they're making a mistake, but I want to represent their field of view through my words, right? That's what was going on there. You might not understand. I know that you're not really, as smart as me, but you'll get there.
I don't understand why they didn't respect the Elder Titan, like, at all.
Yeah, or the Naga.
They killed the SF
yeah.
and they're like, oh, 3 Aegis.
This is why I said it. Elder Titan. He's a great TA counter for. This was one of the reasons why. Maybe not a counter as such, but it's a nice hero to have against him. Her. It. I don't put labels. I don't do labels.
I think TA lineups that don't get first Roche. I wonder what the win rate is in comparison to like having first Roche and not getting first Roche. It must be pretty bad. This is all the creeps. Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Get those crepes.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Crepe is also a pancake in France.
We call them They're like a pancake in England as well, aren't they? Really? We call them crepes.
Well, yeah, I mean it's taken from French, but
Radiant's
yes.
top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower
Crepe is a
under
thin
attack.
pancake.
Our language is so messed up anyway.
Yeah, we're a mongrel language and a half.
What has Skylark done this game? I feel like we haven't seen anything from him.
He doomed Saberlight a couple of times. That was pretty fun.
I feel like every time we've looked at him, he's just pushing a wave out with Scorched Earth.
Dire's structures
Yeah,
are
he's up to Doom things, but Doom's a very nicely scaling hero, I guess. So it's not the worst thing in the way. He's taking a 2-1. Look at him go. Talking shit. He's doing fine. Skylark takes a tower. What now, Mofaro? Official
The problem for
Skylark
me is that they
hater?
haven't touched Charlie at all. The guy's just doing his own thing this whole game.
Yeah, his
I
net
know,
worth
we've
is
seen late game
flinching.
Nagas before.
Yeah, it's getting scary, isn't it?
middle tower is under attack.
Essence 3. I imagine Batrider would be licking his lips at that one. There's already a few heroes that are though.
Yeah,
Is this the
it's
point in
quite
the-
vicious.
I think this is the point in the game where you start to get the hand-me-downs on neutral items as well.
Yeah, these poor supports get some gifts from their benevolent cause. Wonder if a fight's going to erupt at bottom. It looks like they're trying to make a play for the outpost here, Chicken Fighters. So they push out this bottom lane. Very obvious what they're doing. And oh no, Supreme could be walking into a bit of a trap here. Down comes the Blood, right in comes the Bloodseeker, trying to take shots at Supreme here.
Yes,
Seneko is behind, as is Milan. He's got a curse in his quiver, ready to be thrown out, but Lil wants to find it, but he can't. The flying heroes will retreat from one another, and this seems to put an end to it, but this means that they're not going to be able to take this outpost, which means it is going to be one apiece. They already own the top outpost, so...
Has been killed.
Wow.
Okay. Take that, Spartan. Yeah, idiot.
I think it's really important for the Radiant side that they managed to get one of those outposts. Otherwise, I feel like falling behind in terms of XP at this point in the game would be really, really bad for them. They've kind of missed their timing in a way with this first Aegis with the TA.
Yeah, I sympathize and agree. Wholeheartedly.
Go. Oh, it's his mango tree. I was like, why didn't he kill the mango?
Spartan in some trouble. Charlie comes over the top, and Spartan's dead. See you later.
They have the song into the Requiem, and they have the curse into Requiem. I think Saberlight has Blink now as well. I'm not actually 100% sure on that, but if he does, I think they could just do what they're doing is just run around at 5 at this, like as 5 at the moment and just take all the towers on the map. I don't know how the Radiant side are going to fight them. Have we seen a Doom this game as well? I guess the only one was
Yeah,
that
they-
top outpost.
Yeah, they're doomed Saberlight. They've doomed I think one other Doom usage, but it's a tricky game to get in a Doom, and even if you Doom a Shadow Fiend, he's still got his aura, he's still got his right click damage. He's not that mad. And again, you want your Dooms to be doing something because they're not going to get you kills, especially not with Milan in the game with his Cold Embrace. And down goes another tower. Chicken Fighters in control, keeping it cool, calm, and collected under the leadership of Seneko. Feels good.
He's going SMY on the SF as well, which normally you would expect him to hit the BKB at this point in the game, but you're playing against Rupture, Lasso, and Doom. Lincoln sounds alright, but if you just go full status resistance build with SMY Satanic, how do they ever kill you? I don't know.
I do not
the
know
answer.
either. No, it's feels like a slippery slope right now. Yeah, aggressive mode very much in the back seat, and this lineup does not look like it's lending itself to be playing from behind, but that's the situation they're in. It will come from this one Roche attempt, you know, the failed Roche attempt, ages in the hands of Chicken Fighters. It takes the momentum out of the side of aggressive mode and into the side of Chicken Fighters, and they're a team with the Naga Siren, so once they have that momentum, they just slow it right the way down. They're just going to relax, chillax, kick up their feet, pop out a juice box, and sick away. Winter's Curse out onto Doom. Okay.
They have stun.
Yeah, following up, but this does give their team time to get over here. They're going to pop the Requiem even to try and bring down Skylark. Skylark actually has a BKB, and he's going to pop it, trying to get himself away here, and he is successful in doing so. Meanwhile, in the sidelines, Charlie trying to bring down Lil here, but Lil is able to get down to the low ground. So despite several ultis being used, no one dies.
Yeah, well played by Spartan there as well. He has the Essence Ring on himself, so would have died to the long rays there, but pops the Essence Ring just before it came.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yep, keeps the Lich nice and healthy and safe. "23 minutes in, and Supreme just happily by himself, mashing away at this tower. Here comes Skylark back, but can he actually defend this one? I'm not too sure how well he can. The damage comes over from the side, but there's Lasso out onto the Shadow Fiend Rupture as well. They're playing him pretty hard right now, but the BKB, the TP, the song, it just resets everything. They're going to get themselves out easily. Charlie says goodnight. They are picking for more here. Is anybody else they can catch? Doesn't really look like it. Skylark is on the hunt, but there is just no fish at the end of this net.
Yeah, well, remember when I said that we would expect the SF to have a BKB at this point? He actually has BKB and SNY.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he'd even gone for BKB first. That's insane. He's so farmed.
He is very moneyed right now. I mean, it's a really high farm game. Like,
Yeah.
14,000 gold on Naga is insane at this stage. 12,000 on SF and TA is very good. Doom with 11k is quite good. You know, this isn't even a bad net worth for a Bloodseeker, but just compared to the rest of the game, it looks like he's quite low down, which, yeah.
I just feel like, I don't know when the Radiant are going to win this game now, at this point. Like, when do they feel like they're stronger than the Dire side? I guess if they can get the second Aegis and this TA can play a lot more aggressive on the back line of the supports, like try and bring down the Wyvern and the ET. I like that she's going for Orchid as well. Gives them a way of actually killing the Wyvern.
Yeah. It's an option, isn't it?
But Naga almost does heart. Like, I don't know where their damage is coming from on this Radiant side.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They have like 2 resets as well. They have Curse, they have Song. And there's a Stomp as well that they have to worry about. Like, who do you go on?
Their options are extremely limited, but, you know, they have now the advantage on their side. Trying to go for this tier 2 tower. Will be able to do so. Song is down, so they find themselves a small opportunity, and they do take advantage of it. But Naga Siren is so close to heart now. It's actually ridiculous, and this is just such a nice fight reset item. Pop
Craggy
that
coat
song,
on the
chill out a bit.
Radiant.
Yep. Yeah, that'll go to probably the Doom, maybe the Batrider.
Dire's
Yeah, and there's a telescope on the Dire as well, so straight into the Wyvern's pockets. Extra cast range for him. He'll be loving life. Are they looking to smoke here? Oh, they are.
Choo choo choo. Looking forward. Supreme leads the charge. Charlie happy to dangle himself out. Oh, okay.
They both dangle.
Yeah. Interesting that Charlie was in the lane, and then Supreme's like, no, I must break this smoke to steal Charlie's farm. This is critical that I do this.
We might be close to an item.
No.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No, it might be. He might be. Very well.
Fortified.
Could be the case. Cooking up that ulti. Supreme sitting behind Charlie, just pounding away at this tower. Is there any response? Nothing yet. They're very well positioned here. Sableye in the trees. Milan and the Elder Titan up on the high ground. In comes the Blood Right. Supreme's like, yeah, no biggie. I was taken on the nose. No worries. Down goes that middle tier 2, and now they jump forward, trying to find a target here. Bloodseeker, he's going to be the target, but forced around the place, and now with the shield coming out, meanwhile, in come the BKB targets. Skylark, they might be able to bring down the Shadow Fiend. Yes, they do. The Rupture, the Doom, everything's thrown onto him, and they bring him down, and now the Curse comes down onto the Doom, trying to hold him back. Meanwhile, in comes the Elder Titan back to the Astral Spirit back to him, but he can't fight into Skylark. Skylark's just too big. Neko trying to get away, but will not be able to do so. That's going to be a double kill for Skylark, and a great defense from aggressive mode. They did buy back on Skidder, however, who doesn't really do much with that buyback, so
if they can get this second Aegis, though, it would be totally worth it for the buyback.
Agreed. And the Elder Titan is dead. Elder Titan should buy back for this one, I think. Absolutely should. They're going to send in the illusions to make sure they know it's happening. They'll see the Blood Right in the pit, and I think this will tell them everything they need. They need to buy back now on Elder Titan. They've actually found Lich in the middle lane, though. Okay, all right, Charlie. Finding something. Is that enough to scare them away? Does look like it for now. Aggressive mode, getting themselves out of the pit. The buyback's coming in thick and fast. Seneko first, and then Spartan. And, well, they respect it. Aggressive mode, realizing their problems, and get themselves back. Charlie just sticking his head in the pit, making sure nothing crazy is going on, and back to work.
Yeah, he takes the trap out the pit as well, so a little bit of vision gone for the Radiant side in that Roshan. So, Supreme going to push forward up in that top lane. They need to try and push their waves out on the Dire side here. Force the Radiant to try and deal with those before they head into the Rosh pit. I honestly feel like the Dire side should feel comfortable in the Roshan pit. I mean, they have the Curse, they have the Stomp. It's just these BKBs are a bit of a problem for them. I didn't realize how much damage this Rupture into Lasso was going to do. And that SF just died so quickly. Hopefully when he gets that Satanic on, the SF... Well, I say hopefully. I always do this all the time. I'm not biased. I'm just talking about their perspective, right? Hopefully, from the SF perspective, when he gets that max status resistance build online, he doesn't really have to worry too much about the these dooms.
To me, that never screams bias. That just screams like, you know, you're viewing it from
Thank God,
making the game more exciting. You know, it'll be more exciting if this guy gets this item and then makes the game closer. That's what I'm always looking for. That's what a caster is always looking for. They're trying to mess us up.
That rider gets stomped.
Ooh, they might go. Charlie, he's looking for it. He's going to get the net out, and Stabilize just on him like a ration. Look at the illusions. The girls are here and trying to go to town, but Lil, well, he's a single man, and he is chasing those ladies away. Well, they finish it off. Oh, the Stomp finds him. Seneko brings him down. They're looking for more here. Spartan, he's not standing much of a chance. The ladies find another one. Charlie is a predator right now and finding man after man. And now they look towards the Bloodseeker as well. Bring down Skidder. Another man for the feast here. 3 brought down. And they buy back on the Batrider, but for what, really? I mean, I don't really see much chance of getting in him. The TA is looking for some kind of engagement into the Roche pit, seeing if she can sneak in, but that's not happening. Roche is going to go to the Chicken Fighters, the second one at that. Going to Chicken Fighters. Skylark. He's looking for it. I don't know what he's doing here. Runs into the pit with a BKB. He's going to get cursed up. All right. I think aggressive mode might be falling apart at the seams a little bit here. And down goes Roche. Aegis in the hands of Supreme. Cheese in the hands of Charlie. Oh, no. Cheese not in the hands of Charlie yet, but he's going back for it. There we are.
I don't really know what that play was from Skylark there. That was interesting.
That was, they stole Aegis from us. I'm going to steal Aegis from them. Oh god, Roche isn't low on HP. Oh god, they're all here. Oh god, I made a horrible mistake. Oh god, tell my mum I love her.
He either thought the curse was down, or he just completely forgot that curse was available to go through his BKB. Because maybe he thought that it was like, oh, if I just pop BKB, I'll be fine here, right? And I can just run out again.
Yeah, but it's not like they couldn't chase him.
Yeah, but yeah, that wasn't the case, was it?
No, I don't know. Like even if they didn't pop Curse there, I still think they'd kill him quite easily. Like, they have loads of catch. I don't know, I'm confused. But we'll leave our confusion behind us for now, and we'll keep starting to focus on the game as these racks are falling. The Aegis, the cheese, the song's still available for a retreat. They've even got an Earth Splitter if we want to throw that in for a bit of fun. Why not? They're going to go for Lasso Player, and it is going to be Shadow Fiend who's going to be the target of this one for now. But then comes a song. The reset is in. Is it going to be a TP out? No, they're staying around for now. I'm a little bit surprised by that. The Supreme still has a rupture on him, so he's in a pretty bad position. They're going to focus him down once again, and that's going to be Aegis just lost as easily as that. Charlie's still focusing on that range racks, and in they go. Skylark with a huge stomp of the backlines. Doom onto the Wyvern as well. His curse just came off cooldown, but he doesn't get a chance to use it as he's ripped in two. Skinner trying to play up here, but he's got to be careful. The BKB Supreme is a threat. Borneo trying to deal the damage right now. Meanwhile, the net comes out onto the Doom, but Doom, he's going to be okay. Oh, never mind. Look at the illusions tearing him apart. Charlie's still trying to find a way into this fight, and look at Borneo just melts to Charlie. So Neko gets a kill into Spartan, and they are forced back once again. Aggressive mode cannot fight into the Chicken Fighters. And the Chicken Fighters know this, and they're just going for the tier 4s. 2 heroes dead, no TA. The game might well be in the reach right now. What can you do? This is your last chance in this first game here, and they just immediately turn onto the Doom and melt him. It's a blender of Naga Sirens as they're just taking down whoever comes close. What can you do? The anti-armor is too much, and a great curse on the last 2 surviving heroes sets up perfectly. Goodbye, good night. Game number 1. It goes to the Fighters of the Chicken. A beautiful display as just take Roshan, win the game. It's that simple. Take Roshan, win the game.
This looks really good because they kill the SF once, right? And he's kind of out of position. But they've used Lasso, Rupture. They used Doom on the Wyvern on the backline, which was a good entrance by Skylark into the fight because there was no defensive capability then. But they just don't have enough in the tank to kill that SF a second at a time. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like them not getting the first Aegis on their side really hurt them.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
I don't know. Skitter felt like he didn't really achieve too much this game either. It was really difficult for him. He kind of fell behind a little bit and never caught up again.
Yep, certainly did. Well, a aggressive start to the game for aggressive mode as they were ahead after the learning phase and did do some really nice movements, but not respecting the song, not respecting the Elder Titan, led to a messy Roshan fight, which eventually led to their downfall as Chicken Fires just cascaded upon them from there. And Nagasiren with a really free game there, and a great game from Charlie. We doubt